baby. I give you a bad review on my parking the last time. I gotta do better. The best on earth.
And this is always a tricky one, especially down here at 79th. You see the guy walking up the ramp, how cautious he's being? It's because it's that slick. Literally, if you just stand there with both feet flat, you'll probably literally slide down the ramp all the way to the water. And that's just one of the problems down here at 79th you're going to have to deal with. But welcome back, everybody, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, in collaboration with our boy Wavy Boats, and it's another Wavy Guru Productions back at the ramp, and as we mentioned, today we are visiting 79th. I'm curious, though, how this one's going to play out. Our guy, he's gotten his rear tires wet, which is not good down here. And you can still tell, even this guy trying to walk up the side of the truck, it's slick and he's struggling. And it doesn't take much for one of these trucks to slide backwards and get the free boat ramp car wash. And here we go. He's at least got a little momentum going forward. He might be able to carry that. So that's one key on this too. If you get it going forward, that's one of the few times I would tell you to probably keep on the throttle just a little bit. But the second you feel that truck going backwards, you've got to keep on the brake. And our crew's coming in, heading toward 2. Little brake check, and they look like they're going to line up pretty good. Pretty solid approach. And the ramp's busy down here. There's a lot going on. I think they're still in gear, though. Oh! Oh! Oh, that hit good. Cap looks back like, what'd you do? But, bro, you had it in gear. Things are absolute madness down here right now. But there's got to be at least 20 plus vessels sitting here in this little cove at 79th, either leaving the dock, trying to dock, sitting here waiting. I mean, it's craziness right now. And these guys want to go approach 3, but the ski beat them to it. Now they're going to move over to, I believe, 5. And I don't know if he notices that he doesn't really have his engine trimmed down, so he's going to have a little bit of a struggle on control probably. Maybe not a struggle, but he's not going to have all the control he could have. So they're backing up to try and reapproach onto 5. And Wifey's got some lines ready, so at least we're a little bit prepped and kind of ready to go. And he's got a pretty decent line. There's not a ton of wind and current today either. I mean, if you look in the background and you look at the trees, there's a little breeze, but it's fairly light, so not a whole lot they have to deal with. All right, so they got hands on the ramp. And nobody's leaving, though. Nobody's trying to tie anything up. I'm confused. And now the bow's pushing off. And here comes somebody running down the ramp. They're going to try and give him an assist. And our girl's going to go ahead and toss the line. And now the stern's going to kick out. And now we're all kinds of messed up. So our guy's going to put his feet down, but there's not a whole lot we can do. Cap's kind of looking like, what do I do now? Wifey's finally going to get off the boat. Now we just got to get a stern line over to get this one over there. It's kind of a mess. And Cap's going to try and heave the line, and there we go. We catch a ton of great action around the ramp. Unfortunately, there's so much going on that sometimes we miss it too. Our young lady here fell off and fell in the water. And now they're struggling to get her back on the ski. And if you ever try climbing back onto a ski, it's not the easiest thing if there's no ladder. And especially with 2 people already on the ski. You've got to do it at the stern to make life easy. You don't want to come onto one of the sides because you can easily roll the whole ski that way. But she's kind of hanging onto the pontoon, and this is an interesting one. So our lady steps off the ski. There we go. And that worked. Oh, she's not happy. Taking a little frustration out on her friend. So we're going to try this one again and try and get out of here. But, I mean, this ski right here with 3 people on it, they're going to be swimming again out here in the bay in just a little bit. That's for sure. And our crew, getting a little throttle happy here. trying to make their approach in on the dock. And we got one fender out. We've got at least one line, it appears. No, there's a stern line, too. We got 2 lines, so they're semi-prepared. He's trying to thread the needle, though. There's a couple skis here on 3, and he's trying to go in between them. That's a tight space. Good job, Cap. I mean, he's going to get it right in there, and there wasn't a whole lot more room than just the room for that boat. And so we've got the bow line off. We're going to try and get the stern line off as well. Oh my. Well, that's one way to grab her and pull her up. I mean, she was saved by her cleavage basically there. So that one's funny. Our crew's making an approach on 5 after waiting patiently for a ramp to open up. And starting to get a little dark down here at 79th, and things are definitely still staying busy as everybody's kind of coming back in before the sun sets. So this crew's making the slow roll approach. We've got 2 people on the ready in the bow. And Cap's trying to have to compensate back to get over to 5 a little bit. It looks like he turned just a little bit early. But they're floating in. They look pretty good. And are we gonna have somebody go for the reach? He's gonna have to reset it up just a little bit. Here they probably could go for a toss. It's going to turn in bow heavy. And we go for the reach. We've got a bow line on the dock, but we're still stretching that stern. Cap's going to go for the stretch too. Oh, they're both hanging on. Pull! Might have been a little easier for Cap to stay at the helm and give it a little notch or reverse, but we're going to get shot blocked on this one as they try and pull it back over. And it looks like Cap and them are going to get it back onto the dock. This is a pretty big boat pulling in here too, which is going to make for an interesting time for these guys because all the ramps are full and there's still quite a bit going on. So they're going to have to keep this thing out here. 79th, that's where things will get a little complicated too, is we see a lot of bigger boats that come in here and wind up having to float in this narrow canal, which can cause problems all in itself. But it looks like our crew that was on the dock should be okay. And these guys are kind of still trying to determine what they're going to do. But the guys that were on the dock, they were able to get the stretch in. They were able to get the boat pulled in. And it looks like they're going to be able to get out of here. And speaking of getting out of here, we're going to go ahead and work on getting out of here ourselves. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at Haulover Inlet. My channel, Broncos Guru, we do some great comedy boating videos over there as well. And of course, we've got Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet, Miami, Florida. And if you haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.